tonight. That's the first time I've seen like the ripples occurring
versus
up there.
just the static lights, just the colors.
Oh, it was unbelievable tonight. And it's still ongoing. It's going to come in waves, so don't expect it to be there all night. We saw a peak around sunset, around 8 o'clock, and then another one around 10. Right now, this is a live view. Not much going on currently, but we'll see if it comes back. These are views we got. I mean, just spectacular. I mean, the second time this year to see this. And people asked me earlier, why are we seeing them now? Why are we hearing about it more? But remember, the sun has an 11-year cycle where it gets real active, then it gets quiet. Now, we're in that 11-year cycle where it's being more active. So in the 11 years since the last time this has happened, we've got social media. We've got smartphones. We've got technology to detect and talk about these. So it's more about that than something that has never happened before. It's just now we're able to see it. And what you're seeing out there, the aurora borealis, is something that is common. Normally in the northern latitudes and the southern latitudes, way down near the poles, the solar wind interacts with the upper atmosphere, and we call it space weather. It's actually a whole level of forecasting. And the different colors in different altitudes up there can be red, sometimes blue, sometimes greens. We've seen a little bit of green and reds, not much blues, not many pinks, so I did see a little bit of pink mixing in there at times. So again, tonight's probably the only time we're going to see it this week unless we get another solar flare and that interaction. This could be a cold night tonight, so if you're out there checking them out, make sure you grab the jacket. We've got frost advisories in the mountains, so make sure you're using safe heating sources up there for folks still dealing with power outages and not a furnace. You see the temperatures in the morning will be in the low to mid 30s, so likely frost in just about every location. It's even here in the Piedmont in the foothills, I wouldn't be surprised to see some rooftops have a little bit of frost on them. As you go south and east, temperatures just a tad more mild in the middle 40s. Now, in the tropics, we've got what's left of Milton. It's post-tropical Milton moving off to the east. There's Leslie moving off to the northeast. Our next system coming off the coast here is going to probably recurve as well. So nothing heading towards the U.S. or the Carolinas in the next 7 to 10 days. And as we get more and more cold fronts in here, this will keep the systems away. We're still in hurricane season through the end of November, but most of the season starts to shift farther south. So over time, we'll start to see more and more cold fronts, which do two things. One thing, cool us down, obviously, makes sense, right? We get a little chillier out there, but it also starts to deter tropical systems from moving too far to the north, and that'll be the case at least for the next week or so. This weekend, though, a little bit of a warm-up. If you got plans this weekend, you got the Roval 400 going on, the Panthers game. Temperatures will be nice. Mild afternoons, crisp, cool mornings, upper 70s and low 80s both days. Lots of sunshine and really no chance of rain. In fact, the chances of rain stay minimal for the Carolinas. We've been really bone dry, which is good news since Helene came through. It's going to be almost 2 weeks from tomorrow. So it's been 2 full weeks. Those temperatures, again, overnight lows in the 40s the next couple of nights. That jump back to 60 on Monday, and then there's that drop into the 30s next week. That'll be the coldest so far with maybe widespread frost. Tomorrow, beautiful day after that chilly start, back into the low 70s. Your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. Look at that warm temperature on Sunday. If we go 10 days into the future, we could show you that cool down next week. Highs only in the 60s, morning lows in the 30s and 40s.